of times throughout the week when you're going to be exhausted, your emotions aren't going to be there. You could be having a fight with a personal relationship or something, and you know you need to go to an event, or you know that you need to do this. It's in your schedule to do it. And then many times, what do? We back off and we go home and we tuck tail and we don't go. So, for example, Ben wouldn't even be on this podcast right now working here at EXP with us if I hadn't done a very similar thing, because there was a day 4+ years ago where I was with Ian, one of my partners above me. You guys know Ian Flanagan. And we've been driving around for hours all day, meeting people, going to look at properties, meeting with agents. And we were going to go to this networking event at Quest Direct that night. And I just remember Ian being like, he isn't getting calls from his wife. He's like, I got to go. He just had a new kid and he went home. And so I was like, well, maybe I'll just go home tonight too. I'm exhausted. And I was like, no, I'm going to go to this meeting. I had to tend to go to this meeting when the day started. When I went to that meeting, which I almost did not, I literally almost drove home, and I said, this is not what I need to be doing. If I really want to win, I need to give it my all and do what I say I'm going to do. And I showed up to that meeting, and guess who was there? That's where I met Brant. Yep. So that's when I met Brant Phillips, and then Brant Phillips came on. That's when I got connected to Chris Bounds, and that's how I got connected to Ben. And so you can see how one simple decision, if I had decided just to go home and be lazy that day, for one, Brant's here with almost 400 agents, so you can see how big a business change that would be for both Brant and I, because the relationship wouldn't have started. And then look at the trickle-down effects. So one simple decision 4 years ago that could have been just, hey, I'm going to go home tonight, turned into the trickle-down effect. Now that compounding effect comes from, I believe, the intent that you give to the world. When you're out there doing things that you know you need to do, but you don't want to do, the world kind of opens up doors and people start to see this, and God, or however you want to look at it, starts to work behind the scenes. And this is when relationships are built and opportunities come up. So when you guys don't want to, that's when you need to. And it's those little things that you do when you know nobody else would be doing it, that when you go do it, you reinforce your own belief system in yourself, saying, I know nobody else is crazy enough to keep doing this, or running 1,000,000 miles a day, or whatever it is you're chasing as far as a goal. Once you start doing this enough, you convince yourself you deserve it more than everybody else, because you know you're doing more than everybody else. And that's when success starts to really come. It's kind of like that deservedness moment, but very important what we're going over. Now, when it came to like EXP, how did all that? We talked to you once and you were just kind of like, no, it's probably not going to work out. How did you come across a decision to make it move over to EXP? And now it looks like it was a really good one as you become an icon agent. You have a team growing, doing lots of deals, things are opening up. So what was it that made you come around and make the decision to say yes this time?
Yeah, I'm super grateful. It's a decision that's been one of the most important that I've made in my business career in real estate in my life. And so super grateful for that. It always comes down to real estate or anything. It comes down to time, situation, circumstance, and the opportunity. And all of those things just came into alignment. I joined EXP because of the people. So I joined because of Chris. I joined because of Brant. And that was the reason. It was guys that I know, like, trust. They've got integrity. I'm in alignment with their values. I see the business, their reputation precedes them. They've executed. They've created results in the market. And more importantly, they've created the result that I want to create in my life, which is, financial freedom, created wealth through real estate. And these guys are in a position, opportunity where I can learn from them through the vehicle that we have with EXP. And for me, it's a built-in mastermind. Like, just by hanging my license with EXP, I get access to Chris, to Brant, to you, Connor, to our team, the intellectual capital, this mastermind opportunity that we've got, and we're all invested in each other's success. You're invested in my success. That's why we're here. Chris, Brant. I mean, it's a team environment. And for me, that's the important part. Like, I played soccer my entire life, and I love being on a team. I love contributing. I love serving. I love playing. I love winning, and just to see what we're doing. Super excited and grateful for that. So for me, it was all about the community. Second, right behind that, why I joined EXP was the opportunity. So I'm an opportunist. I want to see where I can win. I want to see where I can earn something, create something that I can get something back that's unique to the marketplace. And those are really the two reasons why I came over.
I mean, so a lot of people talk about EXP, about 3 income streams. We got stock, we have rev share, we have production, but they don't really talk about number 4, which I talk about, proximity capital, relationship capital, which is you take someone like a Brant. Like, if you were to get proximity to Brant and to have his time previously, and let's say you were a stranger to Brant, you're paying a lot of money per hour just to get in front of someone like Brant.
Oh yeah.
You pay a fraction of what you'd pay him an hourly. It's $85 a month to be at EXP. But for $85 a month, you name Ben or Brant or someone who's talented and has the ability to help you as their sponsor. Now you have proximity, now that they're a partner. So instead of hiring a coach or a consultant and paying a fee that's more expensive, for a smaller monthly fee. Now you're in partnership with these top entrepreneurs. It's really incredible when you think about the relationship capital that you can build long term and how to get into proximity with people that you normally couldn't have done before. So in the investment world, this was never possible before. So like a lot of people always were like, hey, how do I get coached by you? How do I get trained by you? Can you be my mentor? But in the investment world, it's a lot more of a unilateral, selfish business, meaning if I just buy more rentals, they're just going to my rental portfolio. If I flip another house, it's just another check. But this is more of a teamwork business. This is more of a social dynamic business where I'm willing to coach and train and share everything I know with my agents. But I wouldn't just simply do that with other investors in my marketplace because we're competing over the same inventory and it's not the same. But over here on this agent side, using the EXP vehicle, I've got agents that join me from around the country that I'm giving them tens of thousands of dollars of education avoidance. You mentioned you had to go through a rip-off stage guru. So did I. That's how I went into debt to start out my business. Now an agent just needs to get a license and hop into a strong team like ours or any other one of the top teams providing good value. And they don't even have that education expense. They don't have to put up tens of thousands of dollars anymore to learn all these skills like time management, communication, marketing, social media. All these things are taught within our group. And then also the relationship capital. So instead of having to go through the networking cycle, which is still important to go through, but think about if Ben went for 10 years to all these networking events locally, he can meet some people, build strong relationships. But if he aligns with someone like Brant, who's been in the business for 15 years, that's been building all those relationships ahead of time, think about a cold relationship you're developing one-to-one that you never met the person versus the handoff relationship where Brant says, hey, this is my good friend Ben. He's a rock star. Meet my other good friend so-and-so, like an Eddie Gant or someone like that, or someone locally, where now the relationships compound across each other. So it really is powerful when you think about the income streams that come from that relationship, those relationships, and also the avoidance of expenses of having to pay for education, which a lot of people are doing in all sorts of different ways through home study courses and online mentors and things like that.